जय रूपा सनातन भट्ट रघुनाथ श्री गोपाल भट्ट दास रघुनाथ एथय गोसाई करी चरण बंदन जाओते विघ्ननाश अभीष्ट पुराण महाभाव स्वरूपतम कृष्ण प्रिया पुरियसी ब्रह्म भक्ति प्रदेवी राधिके तां नमाम्यहम् राधे वृंदावनाधीशे करुणामृतवाहिनी कृपया जपदाब्ज दास्यं मह्यं प्रदीयताम् वन्दे नन्दाव्रजस्त्रीणां पादर्णमभीक्ष्णश जसाङ्घ्रि कथोद्गीतं पुनाति भुवनत्रयं जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य दयाल प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि श्री गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। बोलो श्री गुरु जी महाराज की जय, गुरु परंपरा की जय, अनंत अनंत गुरु वैष्णव वृंद की जय, सपा सदगुरु की जय, गौर नित्यानंद प्रभु की जय, जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा संजीव की जय, भक्त विनाशम करने सिंहदेव की जय, भक्तराज प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, सर्वविष्ट प्रदा गिरिराज गोवर्धन देव की जय, श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन देव की जय, ब्रजमंडल धाम की जय, ब्रजवासी भक्तवृंद की जय, ब्रजेश्वरी मधेश्वरी प्रणेश्वरी श्रीमती राधारणी की जय, ब्रजदेवीगण की जय, समवेत गौर भक्तवृंद की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदे। Thakur, Pujyapad. Thakur, suppose this nail is being only for Harikatha. Then is Thakur mercy, blesses, continue going, not cut off, not going distance to them, not missing. Otherwise, I am from Sadhu's near doing business like his own family, own relatives, business for other purpose, not relation with his Sri Hari. Sadhu origin, original dearest. Then there with his relation will be only for this purpose. Other things with his little bit is discussing then Sadhu mercy, then not possible. No understanding also anything. What they want to say, what is the reality, they don't understand. अभी लोग यहाँ पर सुन रहे हैं, क्या प्रभुपाद श्री ठाकुर कह रहे हैं, शास्त्र के अर्थ हम कैसे समझ सकते हैं और गुरु वैष्णव के पास हम कैसे रह सकते हैं और उनकी कृपा हमारे पर कैसे बरसेगा। हाँ, तो कहते हैं यदि साधु के पास आए तो साधु के साथ कोई बिजनेस नहीं चलेगा। कभी हरिकथा हरिकीर्तन के अलावा यदि हम कुछ और बिजनेस करने लग जाते हैं तो हम साधु से गए, बस अपना शक्ति रहित। जैसे कहा जो विद्या विक्रय विप्रो, जो हरनाम विक्रय, हाँ, सुतराम सुभगाज्य, जो हरनाम विक्रय, जो विद्या विक्रय विप्रो विषयहीन यथार्थ। साधु के साथ यदि कोई दूसरा बिजनेस करने जाएंगे ना तो हमारा विपद है। इसलिए वो शास्त्र का अर्थ भी नहीं समझ सकते हैं, हम साधु के वाणी को समझ सकते हैं। हम कुछ
if you come and try doing business, if you come to the sadhu, oh, I'm very depressed, please make me happy. So you see, by sadhu's kripa, all these things are naturally achieved. They are all very secondary. There's no need to even ask for them separately from a sadhu, because by the sadhu's blessings, all these things are naturally had. You see, if any person is surrendered to a king or a prince, then naturally all his desires will be fulfilled. He doesn't have to ask the king. But if one is very much intent upon having such desires fulfilled, then he will be cheated of the sadhu's mercy. The more one becomes inclined towards this Harikatha, Harikirtan, Hariseva, and all these natural things, then naturally these secondary things are naturally achieved. Because sadhu doesn't want to see anyone sad. See, Prabhu, Krishna himself is ready to be sad, but he's not ready to have his devotees suffer in any way. This is his promise. So if we listen to the sadhu's words by body, mind and words, then we will know the meaning of the words of a sadhu and the meaning of his kripa. So Prabhupada is saying that if we desire our Atma Kalyan, means auspiciousness of our souls, and if we desire to benefit others in this world, if we wish to correct someone in this world, then we'll have to, whatever we heard from Sri Guru, whatever we've learned from him and heard from him, and by accepting the remnants of his mercy, if we have the remnants of his mercy, then only the remnants of his mercy should be distributed, and nothing else. Only his Mahaprasad should be distributed to everyone else, the remnants of his mercy. And he's not saying, oh, I'm very qualified, I will deliver everyone, I will take responsibility for everyone's welfare. So then this understanding is not very mature, it is not possible, because Krishna is Adok Saj Vastu. He is beyond the perception of the senses. He is not perceived by the mundane senses. One cannot reach out to him by the via media of these mundane senses. If you desire to have the rays of the sun touch us, then we'll have to come in front of the sun. If you desire light in our lives, then we'll have to come in front. By staying in this andhakar, darkness, we will not realize anything in our lives. Therefore, the jiva is Bhagavan's eternal servant, and he has this sambandha with Sri Bhagavan. He should not have any sambandha relationship with this material world. If he has any sambandha with the material world, then he will continue to remain in darkness, and then he may speculate that now I am in light, that oh, I have the darshan of the sun inside my room, but it's not possible. Therefore, the Jiva is a minute spark of consciousness. He is Anuchetan, and Bhagavan is Vibhuchetan. He is an infinite form of consciousness. He is not bound by any person, Maya, time limitation. But we, on the other hand, can be bound. So we don't take shelter of Bhagavan and cannot engage in Bhagavad Seva. Then, if we have become averse, we have become Bahirmukh, if we spend our whole lives, our entire time in serving those who are averse to Bhagavan and His service, then what can such people give us? Even if we serve them our entire lives, what property do they have that they can give to us? What wealth do they have that they can give to us? Who do we belong to? One person. If all the people in this world say, oh, we'll keep that, how long can we keep all the people of this world with us? Thinking, I'll help everyone. Because all the jivas that belong to Prabhu, there is part and parcel, is Vibhinamsha. They're always Nitya Sevaks. And if this Sambandha is had with Sri Bhagavan, and his ashray is sought, and under his ashray, if one does Bhagavad Seva, then you see, Bhagavan is a supremely independent Lord. Under his subservience, the jivas are always engaged in his service. Or else, why are the jivas suffering? They're suffering from because they've been separated from Bhagavan, and they're enjoying the objects of their own senses on their own. And this way they want to be independently happy from him. Therefore they're suffering. And there are some people who don't care for the suffering of others. They say, even if others suffering, as long as I'm happy, then I only desire my own happiness, even if it's at the cost of seeing others suffer. So this is very selfish. So such selfishness can also not yield any happiness. If a jiva makes good use of his independence and becomes Krishnanmukh, then he will also be happy in his life. But if he becomes Bhoganmukh, Tyaganmukh, means becomes inclined towards Bhoga, enjoyment and Tyag, artificial renunciation, then he'll fall into that ditch, and he cannot possibly elevate himself from that ditch. Because the jiva is independent. He knows what is good, he knows what is bad. He can go that way, he can go this way. It's not that the jiva does not know anything. And even if he does something unintentionally, then he can be forgiven. But if he does something intentionally, then how can he be forgiven? Like a small boy is running touch fire, and his mother is telling him, don't touch that fire. She is repeatedly grabbing him by the hand. And then when he touches the fire, and then he'll suffer because his finger is burnt by that fire. So the jiva, because of his independence, can go anywhere. He can do anything he wishes. Because he is Tathashtra Shakti, the marginal potency. He is standing on the bank of the river. See, the bank of the river can also be covered by the water, or it can be covered by sand. It's marginal line, it's a demarcation between the river and the sand bank. So similarly, the jivas, they're also independent. It's not that they don't understand. They can also act as they wish, as they desire. So then why are our minds always disturbed? Why are we always sad? Prabhupada is saying, if you cannot serve Sri Hari with love, then it is understood that your mind will be very disturbed. There is nothing surprising about it. Therefore, bhajan should be continuously performed. Maya will automatically devour us when we become separated from Sri Bhagavan, because this material world itself is Maya. This body is Maya. This body, mind, world, everything is composed of the three modes of material nature. So, if we do even a little for Bhagavan's happiness, then that is called bhajan. This is Bhagavad Dasya. If we give a little time for Bhagavan, leaving aside servitude to Maya Devi, then we'll see that our lives are successful. one person went to the market and he saw that he bought many things for Diwali. And when he was walking, there was a huge dust storm, a huge storm, and all these things were blown away. And all the things that he bought in the market were all being blown away by the wind. So now he was thinking, oh, I cannot even hold on to any of these things that I bought in the market. Then he said, alright, whatever is being blown away by the wind is for Govinda. Whatever is being scattered by the wind, blown away by the wind is for Govinda. And whatever remains behind with me is for me. Similarly, the conditioned soul is like this. When certain things happen to him in his life, then he thinks this is Bhagwan's. This is Bhagwan showing his mercy upon me. But when he's happy in his life, then he doesn't care for Bhagwan. So Hatha Yoga, Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Vrata and Tapasya, they are not Bhakti, they are Bhakti. They are not Bhajan. Mind and heart can never be made pure by Karma, Jnana Yoga, Tapasya. Instead, by following these processes, what will happen? The mind will become very hard. The heart will become very hard. And one will always be restless and sad. He will be his mind and heart will not be pure. They will be very disturbed, ashanta. So Bhagwan's Katha, Shravan, Kirtan, Padasevanam, Vandanam. If one follows even one of the 9 limbs of Bhakti, then his auspiciousness is assured. His mind and heart will be made pure and very clean. And by following the footsteps of Sri Krishna, he will be engaged in his Bhagavad Dasya. And then anything he does for Bhagwan's love will bear fruit. One does Bhagwan's Kirtan for his happiness. One does Mala Mantra for his happiness. It's only for his happiness, for his love. Not that we're doing for our own sake, we're doing for his sake. Day and night we're only remembering Maya. We don't remember Prabhu. Then what does a person do? Anyhow, by force, he sits down and he starts chanting. And he remembers his Prabhu. He starts meditating on him. Or else if he thinks about someone else, then he'll think about the people of this world. So dhyan, meditation will not do. One will have to chant the names of Krishna and have to listen to Hari Katha. And then his mind will be engaged. Therefore in Kali Yuga, don't think that everyone will do bhajan, bhakti. Don't think that sadhus are found everywhere, in all places. No. Kali Yuga, it is not possible. In this world, not everyone can follow. Only those who are liberated, Mukta Purushas, they can follow this Nitya Dharma. You see, for 2 days they engage in so much worship, so much drama, dance. They organize a huge festival, feed so many people. And after 2-3 days they leave all their puja behind. They don't care anything, they don't care about the deities anymore. So I have done so much now. I have served the deities once now, how much more can I serve? So this Nitya Dharma, so they do not have the strength to follow this Nitya Dharma. They don't have this adhikar, they do not try to follow this Nitya Dharma. The Mukta Purushas, they always follow the angas of Bhakti, the limbs of Bhakti. And the Bhatta Jiva, the conditioned soul, always full of anarthas. If he also goes to such a Mukta Purusha and tries following the limbs of Bhakti, then by the mercy of such a Mukta Purush, liberated soul, and by his help, the Jiva, his tendencies will also change, his disposition. Not that, like you see, before he performs sadhan bhajan, then when his objective is achieved, then he leaves. He said there is no need to do. saying, alright, I'll do Giriraj's Parikrama if I can have my desires fulfilled. And I'll organize a huge feast for the sadhus. And once his desire is fulfilled, then he has no connection with Giriraj. He says, why should I disturb Giriraj by doing Parikrama around him? Some people will say, why should I go to the sadhus and disturb him? We should not disturb Bhagavan, let Bhagavan be happy by himself. Why should we disturb him every day? Why should we call him always, chant his names and disturb him? They have lost so much book buddhi. When one goes to sadhu, bhagavad parikar, mukta purush, then what will he do? He will change your mind. He will change your chittavritti. And he will tell you that you are Bhagavan's sevak. He will give you the vigyan and your wicked intelligence will go away. Then you'll always think of yourself as Bhagavan's sevak. And you'll always engage in service of Sri Bhagavan. Then where will this bhog buddhi arise in your mind? You will not have any desire to enjoy. Then you will be realized. Then you will never think that, why should I go to a sadhu? Because sadhu himself is a Babaji, he will make me also Babaji like him. Then I cannot enjoy anymore. I'll have to become like him, I'll have to follow him, I cannot act the way I wish to. So I won't go near the sadhu. Or else, the sadhu, he makes another person sadhu like a thief. If you associate with a thief, he'll also make you into a thief. If you associate with an enjoyer, then you'll also become an enjoyer. So if you're associated with sadhu, you'll also become a sadhu. So if you want to achieve this Divigyan, then one will want to be Das. He'll say, I cannot be Prabhu. If I become Bhagavan's Das, then I'll have to serve him the rest of my life. So no, I don't wish to commit suicide in this way. Because if I become a Das, then it means I'm committing suicide. Rather than that, I wish to be independent, I wish to be happy, I wish to be on my own. So these desires, this pride, and they say, with so much pride, they say that, oh, I'm working so hard, I know how to live my life, I want to live very nicely, why should I bow down, why should I live like a coward? One who is Bhakti Bhajan, he never seems happy. He's like a slave. He's always sad. He's always weeping, crying. No one even cares about him. He has no affluence, no vaibhav, no aishwarya. Therefore, so there's no need to go to any sadhu santa and flatter him and become his slave. How can I act this way? But a person, he has collected so much karma, and the fruits of his karma, he is bound to taste them. And when he goes to Swarga, once his pious activity is finished, the fruits to his pious activities, then he'll fall down again. And this way, because of his sanskar of karma, because of his previous karmic sanskars, he cannot help himself, he'll have to go to others. So he is very proud. So without the Mahat, one cannot have any mercy of Krishna, not the mercy of a Mahat. Only by the sadhu's mercy one will leave aside all other desires and achieve Shuddha Bhakti. So without sadhu kripa, without the Mahat kripa, Mahant kripa, whatever we do, even if you see whatever we do, our objective is different. Therefore we can never achieve this pure Bhakti. But by the mercy of Satsanga and Sadhu, and whatever we do will be for Bhagavan, and that will be Bhakti. But if you don't have the mercy of the Mahat, then if one is independent from the association, if he is independent and he is not associating the Mahat, then even this, what to speak of achieving Bhakti, even this material world will become very terrible for him. Very terrible place, fearsome place. Why? Wherever he will go, he is only bound to suffer. He is not doing Bhakti, no bhajan. So how can he expect to be happy? in this material world. At that time, all the sufferings of this material world, they're always dancing on his head. But by sadhu sangha, by the mercy of the sadhu, or by the mercy of Bhagavan, then there's dusanga, six enemies like lust, anger, greed, pride, envy, illusion. Then the association of these six anarthas will no longer affect us. Then we will achieve Shuddha Bhakti, having conquered these six foes. Or else, you see, one has so much anger, one is very angry, one is very lusty, his anger, his lust cannot even be estimated. But with the assertion of Bhagavan and his devotees, all these anarthas, they run away in fear, great fear, they will not even return. At that time, they will not face, they will never be unhappy or sad. So for Prabhupada, he said that the Durga Jeev means the Jiva was fallen in a very unfortunate condition. He has fallen into a very unfortunate situation. So to deliver such Jivas who are very, very unfortunate and to help them, Mahapurushas, they appear as ordinary human beings. And being inspired by Bhagavan, they appear in this world. And all the living entities are being scorched by these threefold miseries. Tritap. They are all suffering so much. They think once we are eating nicely and drinking nicely, then our bodies will be strong. Therefore they eat meat, they eat all these forbidden food, all these different kinds of forbidden food, and they wish to be happy. But what is the result? The consequence is, the more he accepts these things, the more fearsome the result is. Very painful. So therefore, if a human being, how can such human beings be delivered from these three modes of mental nature? How can they be corrected? And how can they be sent to Bhagavan's kingdom, Bhagavan's world? Therefore, Bhagavan, he has sent his messengers, his Vaikuntha Vahaks, who carry the message of Vaikuntha, these Vaikuntha Dutas. So these messengers of Bhagavan, they appear as ordinary humans, and they go to everyone, and they inspire everyone. And by his causeless mercy, he gives them pure intelligence, and he makes this tendency to enjoy, to artificially renounce all these things. They're made to renounce in the end by the mercy of the sadhu, and he gives them this qualification to engage in Bhagavad Bhajan. And when he serves Vishaya Vigraha Shri Krishna, and when he is absorbed in Satseva, then his mind, his heart, then proper sense of discrimination appears within his heart. Then he'll never engage in politics, he'll never engage in working for society or for dharma, or neither will he follow adharma. At the time, Bhagavan himself inspires the Shuddha Bhakti in the heart of the sadhu. Then he becomes fearless. Why? Because he is not doing anything bad now, anything wrong. He doesn't say anything except Harikatha Harikatha, and except for Hari Seva. They have no other work, and they will never speak other instructions pertaining to other so-called aspects of dharma. 24 hours a day they are only engaged in Hari Kirtan, and they are not these hypocrites. He is not proud of having mundane, of having qualification. Despite having good qualification, he is not proud like those who are having good qualification and become very proud. And he gives everyone this eligibility, this qualification, and he makes everyone surrender onto the lotus feet of Sri Bhagavan. He is saying whatever Bhagavan is given is only his property. So why do you claim that it is yours? Then they become free from this Kanakamana Pratishtha, health, woman, fame. Then they will no longer cheat others, and neither will they cheat themselves. They do not make people averse from Sri Bhagavan. And they say, whatever he does, he offers to Sri Bhagavan. Yes, Prabhu. In Narad Puran, Narad Rishi, he says, saying that in this world, a person, he comes, how can he be liberated? How can conditions all be liberated? When he offers everything at the lotus feet of Bhagavan's service, when he offers his very mind, body, words at the lotus feet of Bhagavan, then he becomes Jivan Mukta, liberated soul. Then he is not bound by any circumstance. He says, I am Shri Hari's, and Hari is mine. Whatever I am doing, I am only doing for my Prabhu. I will no longer cheat. And he will no longer be cheated himself. No, he will not cheat others, he will not cheat his own self. And he doesn't go to perform any social service, because that social service makes one fall into this ditch of Maya. Because one, what does he do? To cheat others. Then they'll have huge tulsi malas around their neck, and they'll only chant when there are 20-25 people. But when they're alone by themselves, then they will not chant. At the time they're thinking about something else. The whole day they will not chant Mala Mantra. When they are going to sleep, then they'll start shouting loudly while chanting on their Mala. At that time, even others cannot rest, and he himself will not rest. And no one, and the others cannot also chant. They say, now I am only chanting, and I show to everyone that I am chanting. Let's just see how I am so absorbed in the bhajan. So such pride will not do. If Gaurasundar if one does not have any sambandha with Gaurasundar or his bhaktas, if one under the Anugata Sri Guru has not learned anything, then that one is bound to act according to his own speculation, imagination, and fruit will be very undesirable. It will be a kufal, not desirable fruit, undesirable fruit. Therefore, the darshan of Sri Bhagavan, the darshan of the Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas will make one follow this third instruction of Sikshastra, because he will become absorbed in Hari Kirtan. And we say, when by serving this Bhagavad Priya, exalted Mahapurushas, our auspiciousness is assured. Is Bhagavad Priya Shrestha Mahapurush serving him. So one should always pray to Sri Bhagavan that may I always have Sadguru and Satsanga in my heart, in my life. Or else Mahadevi, she sends all these agents, and she is having all of them cheat people. And they say they cannot make you approach the Lord's feet of Sri Gaurasundar. They cannot make you be in Sadhu Sangha, and neither can they make your minds and hearts separate from material enjoyment, bhoga. They cannot make you free from your sorrow, from your impoverished condition. So there's no gain by being under the guidance of such people. Therefore, there is a Prakrit Guru and the Aprakrit Guru. There is a speciality between the two. By taking shelter of a Sadguru, one will realize Shri Bhagavan in his heart. One will achieve this Bhagavad Bhakti, and he will also be renounced. These three things happen simultaneously. But if one out of misfortune, if he accepts an Asat Guru of this world, and say if he goes to the shelter of the bogies, then the minds will become even more polluted and even more sad. and that relationship will also not last for many days. It will break, because every jiva is Bhagavan's minute part and parcel. So one cannot control a jiva and make him your slave. It is not possible, because every jiva is part and parcel of Krishna. He is not your property. He is Bhagavan's property. So even if he is in Maya, even if you go to initiators, wherever you go, you must know that no one can stay in this world forever. As long as one does not have any sambandha with Satsang, Sadguru, Bhagavan, the Vaishnavas, these parikars, then he will continue to be bewildered. Today is in one place, tomorrow another place, day after another place. He'll never be happy in his heart, because he is very restless. And because of his restless mind, he is always sad. And he is overcome by so many diseases, so many kinds of lamentation. Dukkha-grasta, Shoka-grasta. Dukkha-grasta means he is overwhelmed by so much sadness. So therefore, every jiva is Bhagavan's part and parcel. So if you try, how can you possibly control them and make them your slave forever? By black magic, by giving them tablets, you cannot control any person. Not possible. You could have someone can control one person or misguide another person if he is not Bhagavan's devotee. But still Bhagavan will also deliver that person, although he is not his devotee. Like you see, Narakasur, he kidnapped so many princesses and so many queens. He kidnapped all of them and he put them in prison. He imprisoned them and he gave them 1 year time. He said, now you must agree to marry me, or else if you don't agree, then I'll kill all of you, he said. Narakasur. Then how did they become surrendered to Sri Bhagavan? As long as they were surrounded by their opulence and kingdoms, they would not remember Krishna. But now when Jarasandha was torturing them, then they saw the Jarasandha, he cannot save us. Then they see our own kings, our own parents, they cannot save us. So then for 1 year, they were only thinking about Krishna in the prisons. And after 1 year, Prabhu, he appeared Krishna and he saved them. And then Jarasandha and all the kings. Jarasandha, what had he done? He had imprisoned all the other kings. And then he had given them, he had made sure that they won't eat anything, wouldn't bathe properly, wouldn't clothe themselves properly. And like cows and buffaloes, he had imprisoned them in prison. And as long as they were kings, they would never remember Krishna. But now that they were imprisoned by Jarasandha, then they would always remember Krishna. They started praying to him. And then Krishna, he went, he killed Jarasandha and he freed all these kings. And then he told Jarasandha's son Sahadev that you must respect these kings. You bathe them, arrange for them to be decorated nicely and dressed like a king. And then send them back to their kingdoms on their chariots. Don't insult them in this way, like how your father has done. So he said the son of Jarasandha was very pious, so he listened to Krishna. So then they realized that we cannot even save our own selves, then how can we possibly save our citizens? The kings thought. It is only by Krishna's mercy that we are freed from this prison. So if you beat a jiva, if you make him, you cannot keep a jiva with you as a slave forever. For some time you can control him, abuse him, and you can do many things. And even if you can control him for some time, you cannot control him forever. And so if a jiva independently thinks that he can be very happy, then Maya will inflict punishment on him. Why? Because then he'll become very sad and then he'll realize that I'll only have to take shelter of Prabhu, Bhagavan. Without taking shelter, if I take shelter of anyone else, then that person can never protect me. Only Prabhu can protect me. Therefore the jiva only belongs to Bhagavan, Prabhu. He is his. And the jivas are wandering in different universes, different Brahmandas. But when they're very fortunate, then Bhagavan's representative, Sri Sadguru, he appears and he gives them this Bhakti Lata Bij, the seed of pure devotional service. This is Krishna's causeless mercy. Then that he gives this Bhaktilata Bij, the Shraddha towards Bhagwan through Sri Guru, and then as Antaryami he teaches them, and externally also he teaches them in the form of the Shastras, and internally he teaches them as Kshatriya Guru, and externally also he teaches them in the form of this his representative. So Bhagwan, just like parents, they send their students to good school, and even if he doesn't go to school, they'll make him attend tuition, these classes, or else they homeschool him, or they send him to hostel. They're only thinking about him, saying how can he get educated. Bhagwan, his love and affection is much greater than millions of mothers and fathers. He is always thinking about the betterment of every jiva. You see, Acharya Ramanuja, he sent his own sevak to help one lady disciple of his, because this lady disciple was being abused by her in-laws, chastised, so he sent his own sevak, go and help her. So they say Bhagwan is so merciful. So Siksha Guru is his Swarup, and Diksha Guru is his Rup, and he appears in these two forms, Bhagwan, as a Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru. So Jiva cannot understand. He says, why should I believe in Guru? Guru is only a third party. Without Guru I can achieve Sri Bhagwan, there is no need of him. But Bhagwan, he as Antaryami, as the indwelling super soul, he inspires that person. Then go there and go take shelter of this Manta Guru, who has now appeared as Siksha Guru and is giving all these instructions. And just as the Jiva is according to his qualification, then Krishna will send the Jivas according to their qualification, either to Kanishta Adhikari or Madhyama Adhikari or Uttama Adhikari. According to their qualification, he will send every Jiva. And the day the Jiva understands and realizes that, oh Prabhu, I am your Sevak, your Das. I think I am the doer, but actually I am only your Das. He thinks I am an enjoyer, but I thought I was the enjoyer. But no, whatever I have previously thought is wrong. So I pray to you at your lowest faith. Give me shelter. So then what does Krishna do? He appears as the Manta Guru, and he appears in front of him. He appears as the Siksha Guru, or else he appears as a sadhu. And then he changes his Veshbhusha, his appearance, his dress, and then he appears in another form, and he starts helping, extending his help to all the conditioned souls. So his mercy is so causeless. The Jiva should only pray to him at least once, in a very sincere way, and if he prays in a very restless way, saying, oh Krishna, I am only yours. If in this way he prays even one time to Krishna, then Krishna will surely bestow his mercy upon him, deliver him, and how will he deliver him? First he sends the sadhu santas, then this Divya Gyan is imparted, transcendental knowledge, and he will not let the Jiva fall away from the path of Bhakti. So therefore, no people of this world can give this Aprakrit Gyan. Because if this Aprakrit Gyan is spoken, then they will automatically have the desire to follow what they have heard. Because the sadhu, he also gives this tendency that you should follow what has been told in Katha. You have to follow Ekadashi, you have to chant Harinam, you have to chant Mantra. And this way when he is praying, then he thinks Bhagavan himself makes all arrangements for him to practice and follow what he has heard in Harikatha. So Prabhupada is saying, there is no need for me to establish this Gaudiya Math mission. There is no need for me to establish so many temples. But you see, the Jivas are always misguided and they are going on the wrong path. No one is instructing them on this Bhagavad Seva. So therefore, to help these Jivas, to correct them and to give them shelter, then and to make them understand, realize to bring them on this proper Satmarg. We'll have to make them, we have to bring them on this proper path. Our mission should be to make them leave this wrong direction and proceed in the right direction, because then everyone can achieve this supreme happiness and peace of mind at Gaursundar's Lotus feet. This is our attempt. Even if one is a great preacher of Dharma, but if he cannot give this consciousness to others, then what will he do? He will only give this material objects of Maya, and he will cover him even more by Maya and push him in this great ocean of suffering. And how is he a friend? He is an enemy. On one side, we got the river on our own. If you go to Yam, if one wants to go to Yampuri, then you see a person, he gives him this car, which is like a matchbox on 4 wheels. And then he's sitting in this matchbox on 4 wheels, and where is he going? He's going to the house of Yam Maharaj. He cannot escape from this matchbox on 4 wheels. And then once this match is lit, then the entire matchbox is set on fire. The entire car is set on fire, and Yam Maharaj takes him to his abode. So one makes so many different arrangements for one's bhoga. But even if he's a dharma pracharak, even if he's a social reformer, still he cannot get this Chaitanya Shakti. He cannot make our minds and hearts pure. Therefore, the Bhaktas of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they never cheat anyone, deprive anyone, and they will not give any objects of this world and make anyone averse, bewildered to pure devotional service. They are always striving to make everyone follow this pure devotional service. And they are trying so hard, and they make sure that the jivas listen to this Bhagavad Katha, listen to the glorification of Sri Bhagavan, and they listen even a little, then immediately the Shakti sadhus will enter the hearts of the jivas, and their hearts will be changed. And the only need is to pray properly. And by, what is the meaning of listening? Listening means to only accept with faith. If one must only listen with faith, there is no need of sadhana tapasya also, just listen with faith. Because once you listen with faith, then they will empower you. And sadhana, bhajan, everything will happen on its own. So Bhagavan there says, this is my Virya Shakti. If one prays even once to a sadhu, then his prayers will never be in vain. Then gradually, sometimes rapidly, he will advance. Automatically the Shakti will flow in one's heart. He cannot force himself to have the Shakti enter his heart. And then the Shakti empowers all the senses in the mind and brings the mind and senses on this path of Bhakti. This path of Bhakti is spiked by so many thorns, but still the words of the sadhu they're very powerful. Wherever one goes, Bhagavan also delivers that person from there. So Prabhupada is saying, we are not sense enjoyers. We are not going to work for the happiness and satisfaction of our senses. Therefore, Gaurasundar, he started this movement. He broke open the entire dam of mercy. He sent it down through Rasta Guru Advaita Chaudhya. So many associates he sent to Jagannath Puri. And then he made them all engage in this Hari Kirtan, Hari Nam, Hari Seva, made them follow this Chitanushīlan. If there's any instructor of this material world, Upadeshakar and Acharya of this material world, then if they think, if they if they're trying to control someone by tantra mantra, by black magic, then all the external may seem that one person is very happy, but still his happiness is also not eternal. And one may say, Jai Krishna Tattva Se Guru. Even if one is a Brahmin, Sannyasi, Shudra, whatever he is, but still he is in other words, his instructions are very powerful. Means his instructions are empowered. One will speak but they will not listen. And one who is realizing this Krishna Tattva, the Krishna Tattva Vetta, then whatever he will say, immediately his words will act on one. They will act on one's heart. Immediately he will start following. This activity will never cease. Because once he is inclined towards the cultivation of this Atmanushilan and places himself under the guidance of Shri Bhagavan and proceeds towards Shri Bhagavan, then no one can take him away from that position. Never possible. Even if he has to face so many different problems, difficulties. But still, Bhagavan's mercy is nishkapat. One cannot stay in this Jagat forever. But if one anyhow proceeds towards Shri Bhagavan, then this is Amanda Udayadaya. Therefore, Gurudev would say that the Sansar Sukha. Don't think. Gurudev would never say that you should be absorbed in Sansar, because no one will remain in Sansar forever. So in other words, Guru will never cheat anyone, saying that you just stay in Sansar forever. This is not, this is only moha. One will be bewildered. So wherever there is satsang, Harikatha being spoken, Sadhu Sangha, then go there and you achieve this Bhagavad Shakti and become fixed in your understanding, in your resolve, and you will achieve this Chetanata. Means your soul will be awakened. Consciousness will be awakened. But one is averse to such activities and he is only absorbed in enjoying with his relatives, friends, with his body, then he will not be so much pleased. But if one becomes very much inclined to Bhagavan and his seva, then if he goes to any place where there is no Hari Katha, Hari Kirtan, if one is not doing Bhagavad seva, not inclined to chant his names, then he will think, oh, this should be avoided. By Bhagavan's mercy, this is Bhagavan's very, very good compassion. What is that? To leave aside Asatsanga, Dusanga, and become absorbed in Sadhu Sangha. There the sadhus appear on their own. And then everyone with so much attention, so much love, they listen to the sadhu's instructions and they receive this Bhagavad Shakti and they're always very happy. If they so desire, they can call Bhagavan, but Bhagavan himself, he descends with all his parikars, and he also gives all these people a place amongst his own parikars, among his own eternal associates. Or else one may have everything, but if there is no satsanga, even then one will have to suffer. But wherever the bhaktas are, wherever there is satsang, then you see, even if he doesn't have anything, he's very poor, still he has everything. He is always happy by his mind, body and soul. So they say, if one is very fortunate, only then he will receive this opportunity to listen to this nectarian Bhagavad Katha. And the Sadhu Bhakta is always restless for the happiness, for the pleasure of Sri Bhagavan. He will not think of this world he will think that everything in this world is only meant for Bhagavan's seva. That everything in this world should only be offered for Bhagavan's seva, Jagannath seva. And if he doesn't keep his sambandha with his Nityasiddha Rajavasis, then how can he reach Vrindavan? He doesn't have sambandha with the Rajavasis. Therefore, to go to Nityadham, Prajadham, if If you want to go to eternal abode, then without any hypocrisy, duplicity, always take shelter of the Rajvasis, take shelter of Rajmandal. And by serving under the guidance of Sri Guru Padma, this seva buddhi will become even more and more strong. And no other thoughts will enter one's mind and heart. At the time his life will not be destroyed. Therefore, Mahaprabhu, he told Nityananda Das Thakur, Krishna Bolo Sangha Chalai, Matra Bhiksha Shai, Radha Krishna Bolo Bol Bolo Rasabai. Mahaprabhu himself is doing Kirtan. And he tells everyone to chant Krishna's name to Krishna Kirtan. And Mahaprabhu initiated this movement. He started this. And those who remembered this Krishna Kirtan, then they also went. And also made everyone realize their Sarup by this Chaitanya Shakti. And then by giving precise instructions, they make everyone proceed towards the path of Bhagavan. And then he realizes that the sadhu, they always is my friend. The sadhu is my friend, my relative. So listen to all.
Radha Krishna Bol Bol Gaur